Imagine someone who is shipping goods abroad and he didn't do insurance. Is it that he doesn't know that the good, anything can happen to the good in transit, either within the country or en route by air or by sea to destination? If you do not insure, it's a sign that you are either My name is Delaimi Bo and I'm your expert doctor. Thank you very much for stopping by. Now, in today's video, I'll be talking about why you think export is too risky. You know, in one of the videos I talk about why you think export is too complicated. Now, why you think export is too risky? You know, someone said, some people want to go into export and say, don't go there, don't go there, don't go there. It's so risky and people have lost their money. And I said, just like people have lost their money doing transport business, just as people have lost their money doing trading, just as people have lost their money doing any kind. Look, there is no business that doesn't have its own risk. And for many businesses, the risk can be anticipated and mitigated. So even though export have additional layer of risk because of international trade, because you are dealing with another country, but the risk can be anticipated and mitigated. What I realize is that many people either ignore the risk or don't even know how to mitigate the risk. They don't even know this is a risk and how to mitigate it. Some know, they refuse to act. Imagine someone who is shipping goods abroad and he didn't do insurance. Is it that he doesn't know that the good, anything can happen to the good in transit, either within the country or en route by air or by sea to destination? If you do not insure, it's a sign that you are either ignorant of the need to insure or you neglect insurance deliberately. But there is a mitigation. One of the common risks in export business is risk of not getting paid after shipment. But you know, there are payment methods that have protection. In fact, in one of the videos I'll be doing next, I'll be talking about one of the payment methods called letter of credit. Now, let me give you an example. One of the payment methods you will get in most of the time when you want to do export is called open account. That's one of the payment methods you will get. That payment method require you to ship the goods, send documents for clearing the goods to the buyer. The buyer then clear the goods and pay you at a later date. The question is this. What if he does not pay? And that is the risk. But you know, as risky as that option appears, majority, more than 80% of trade in the world is done on that term. As risky as that payment method appear, more than 80% of payment methods are done on that term. So the question is, how are the businesses who are trading in hundreds of thousands and millions and probably billions of dollars, how are they able to do it? The way they are able to do it is to understand the risk and mitigate the risk, sometimes with the appropriate trade finance instrument, sometimes with the appropriate partnership. The fact is that even though that payment method is risky, you can mitigate the risk. Whenever people come to me that they want to do export, and I recommend they should. When I was talking the last time about why you think export business is complicated, and I recommend they should go and learn, they will say, no, I don't need any theory now. I want practical. I want practical. Then I'll begin to ask myself, how on earth will someone say he wants practical? How do you practicalize what you have not learned? I like to use an example. I'm a science student. In secondary school, I did science. And I remember in SS1, SS2, we did a topic in chemistry called acid, base, and salt. Acid, base, and salt. You know what I discovered? We were going to go to the lab to go and titrate. We're going to go to the lab to go and titrate to know the end point when you are titrating acid, base, and salt. So for example, you are adding hydrochloric acid plus sodium hydroxide, and then you get H2O water plus sodium chloride salt. And there's an end point where you have to stop that titration, where the water now is like a saline, a salt solution. Now, you know why I'm laughing? How do you know how to even identify this acid and base or alkaline in the lab? How do you know how to go about the titration when you have not learned the theory? Someone will have to explain for you the process before you can practicalize. I'm basically saying that you need knowledge. There is not just, look, don't let anybody deceive you. And this is for any business. And for me, for international trade, is particularly more knowledge intensive. And there are different areas that you can specialize. Just like other fields. So you can't say the only thing you need, or you think you want, or the thing is just, I just want to practicalize and start. I don't need theory. You know what I discovered? Those people saying that either they don't want to spend money to learn. That means they will learn by experience, which is more expensive rather than education. Or they've learned in the past, but they get inadequate knowledge, incomplete knowledge, or the wrong knowledge they need to do the business. So I tell people, I export. I've exported to China, I've exported to UAE, I've exported to Canada, I've exported to US, I've exported to UK. And I still export. So whatever I talk about at programs are practical experience that I have experienced. And we do training for banks, and it's also what we share with banks on financing so that the bank can minimize their risk and be able to effectively finance the sector. So I'm saying that export is not risky. The issue is that you have not identified the risk. When I say so not risky, not that there is no risk, there is risk. The only issue is that you can identify the risk and mitigate the risk. Another reason why people don't get paid is because of they ship bad quality product. How will you ship bad quality product? That means you have not learned about the fact that if I'm exporting this particular product, these are the likely quality issues that I must look out for. These are the things I need to do to avoid quality issue. These are the things I need to do to verify the quality of the product. These are things I need to do to tell the buyer the quality have been verified. So that the buyer is comfortable to even pay you before payment, before good arrive, because he has evidence to show the quality of what you have shipped, and that can be done. The whole essence of capacity building, of learning, is to be able to get you to see that this risk can be identified and mitigated. The fact that you have learned, you have gone for training and seminar, and you have not been able to do it is a sign that you have not learned enough. And I've said, and I'll repeat again in this video, go and do export readiness assessment. Immediately you do export readiness assessment, you will be clear on the area you do not have enough information, or you are not competent, the area you are lacking, the area that your business is sick, and you can get the right tablet to cure it. And you will get this readiness assessment application for free on 3timpest.com or 3timpestglobal.com. If you go to that website, you go to services, you see there export readiness assessment. Click on it, do the assessment. When you finish, you will get the report within 24 hours, and then you can go ahead and work on the area that you are lacking. I hope this video has been of help to you. That export is not as risky as you think. What is lacking is the knowledge to be able to mitigate and minimize the risk as much as possible. If this video has been of help to you, give us a thumbs up. If this video will be of help to a friend who wants to do the same business, share with your friends. If you have questions about what I've said, drop your question and comment in the comment section. If you want to reach out to us, check the description box. If you are new to this channel, subscribe. If you want to know when we upload the next video, click on the notification bell. My name is Dele Ayimibo, and I'm your expert doctor, and I'm signing out.